What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch with SC Weather. Hope you all are having a great start to your day. It looks like the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, has introduced a moderate risk for areas of the panhandle of Texas. This really looks like they have the potential for a tornado outbreak for that area. A moderate risk is a level 4 out of 5. This is a pretty big deal. This has the potential to be a tornado outbreak for this area. Southwestern Oklahoma into the panhandle of Texas mainly is what we're talking about. So we're going to break this thing down because this is a pretty big deal. Luckily, there's not a lot of urban areas out there, so it's not something we have to worry about too much as far as a lot of damage being done or loss of life. But we're going to talk about this because it's a pretty big deal for the storm chasers out there, and this is the first significant severe weather outbreak of the season. So we're going to break all this down. If you guys have not subscribed, consider doing that. Talk weather here on the Eastern U.S. and I break down weather. Weather is my passion. Also, I do this thing where I love an opportunity to pray for you guys. So drop a prayer in the comments, and I love to reach out to y'all guys and pray for y'all, and other people I'm sure would love to do the same thing. So it's just an opportunity to use my platform to glorify God. So here we go. Storm Prediction Center. They have introduced a moderate risk here in the Panhandle, just east of Amarillo. Moderate risk, a level 4 out of 5. This is a big deal. This is serious, guys. And, you know, this thing is going to be firing up along a dry line. I'm going to show you that here. Convection is going to explode this afternoon. So a hatched 15% chance, I know it's just little to see on your screen, of a tornado east of Amarillo. I'm telling you guys, there's almost, not a guarantee, but there's a high chance someone's going to see a tornado. There's a lot of storm chasers out here, so you're going to see a lot of videos kind of jumping everywhere. And there people already got some tornado footage yesterday, some big-time hail. This is going to have a big-time hail threat too, but a 10% chance, a 15% chance hatched just east of Amarillo. You look at the wind threat, 15% chance. I think this has a chance to, once the discrete supercells kind of turn into a linear threat, which is a line of thunderstorms, this could really turn into more of a line of storms. We'll watch that. But a hail threat, 30% chance. There's definitely going to be hail today. Potential for large hail too. So a little bit closer look of this moderate risk here in the Panhandle of Texas. So you see this, there's an enhanced threat around it. Slight risk. There's a sharp cutoff because there's a dry line set up, and there's an approaching, basically the cold front is going to let loose and get going, and we're going to show you all that. So, but here you go. Here's a tropical tidbit showing here. Look, as we get into 21Z, so that's just this afternoon here across the Panhandle. Look at these discrete supercells that get popping. That is a classic look right there, obviously, for a supercell is a rotating thunderstorm, so you're going to have a chance for tornadoes with this, and they get going, and they go throughout the afternoon here into the eastern panhandle of Texas, and this is a big deal. So there's going to be tornadoes, there's going to be a lot of storm chasers out here. I think we have an opportunity to see some incredible footage in areas that are not well populated, so it's not safe necessarily, but at least these tornadoes aren't hitting a big populated area. Now, I have been talking about the potential for severe weather further east into the deep south, and we're going to have a video about that this afternoon, this evening, because that looks like a pretty big deal too. But we're going to focus on this real quick. This is the dry line. Humidity right here, you got dew points in the 60s. That's decently humid air. This is where the threat's going to be. So as this dry line's approaching, and let's see if I can get this in motion here. Give me 1 second here. So as this dry line's in motion, I'm going to get into motion here. It's approaching here as we're getting a little bit closer. So right around here, storms are going to explode along the dry line. Dry line meaning you got dry air here, you got moist air here. Convection normally fires up along that dry line right here. So you're going to get convection blowing up. Once that dry air moves in, the atmosphere stabilizes, and the chances for the storms pretty much drop off to nothing. So we'll look right here. We'll look at the helicity updraft. So this is basically where it's trying to show you where the potential for a tornadic storm could be, the potential for a tornado. And here it is. It shows you the projected path based off the HRRR model of where a tornadic storm is going to be. This area just southeast of Amarillo, it's really been showing up here. Some kind of big dog here. This is a strong signal for the potential for a strong, I don't know, EF2, EF3, maybe EF4 tornado right in here. This could be a big-time stovepipe tornado, but it's just trying to guess where one could be. But this is where all the storm chasers are going to be, and this is where that moderate risk is hatched right here for the chance of a high chance of tornadoes. This is CAPE. How much CAPE do we have available? Well, you have a good bit. You have values approaching 2,500. In some cases, almost 3,000. That's high CAPE. So you have plenty of CAPE. You have enough moisture here, like we just showed with the dew points. Plenty of energy, ample moisture for a tornado outbreak in this little isolated area for sure. And it gets going, and obviously when you have dry air, more stable air that moves in, CAPE drops off. We look at the forecast for hail. This is hail size. Goes from 0.05 to 6 up here. And with these storms, wherever the hail core is in the storms, you're going to have the potential for some maybe 1 to 2 inch diameter hail in these storms. So someone's going to get clobbered with hail if you get trapped in that hailstorm. If you're in for getting your windshield shattered, there's going to be some windshields getting shattered here in the panhandle of Texas. You look at the significant tornado parameter here. This is a thing that came out a few years ago. It obviously heightens when you get into this afternoon. And look out, it's showing these individual discrete cells. These are high values, guys. This is approaching 7, 8, 9. It's pretty much telling you, hey, there's that big time cell right there. Hey, there is going to be a tornado. Where, when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So this is a pretty stout signal, and the Storm Prediction Center sees it. That's why they hatched the moderate risk, and there's a lot of people, a lot of weather enthusiasts, meteorologists, that are really talking about that this was going to happen. Sure enough, it did, but you need to make sure before. Moderate risk is a big deal. That is, I talk about the risk levels all the time, but you got marginal, slight, enhanced, high, and enhanced, moderate, then high. So when you get to the level 4, that's pretty much the Storm Prediction Center, the professionals telling you, hey, there's going to be an outbreak. So supercell parameter, very important. A supercell is a rotating thunderstorm, so it basically matches in with all this, and it's telling you there's going to be supercells along the straw line firing up, and they're going to be spinning, and there's going to be an outbreak. So this is an isolated area. It's an area where there's not a lot of population, but there's going to be some big-time tornadoes for them storm chasers out there. Stay tuned, guys. This evening, we're going to break down the potential for severe weather further east. Yes, I'm talking about even my location in South Carolina, but I'm really talking about right now Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, as we get into really Wednesday of next week. And actually, the Storm Prediction Center has actually already highlighted this area. I'll show you a brief preview of what we're showing here. Let's see if we can show it real quick here as we zoom through here. Just a brief preview because there's some details that need to be worked out, so we can't get too detailed. But we get into day 5, which is next Wednesday. They have hatched a 15% chance of severe weather. This is the outlook, so this is going to tweak. But there is definitely some ingredients coming together for the deep south to see tornadoes. So I'll keep y'all in tune with that because this is going to be a storyline we're going to talk about as we get into next week. And yes, I may be chasing this. I told you guys I'm going to be much more active with chasing this year, and that is going to require me traveling because I enjoy the thrill, and I definitely want to experience it because I'm a weather enthusiast. But anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll keep in track. Follow me on Twitter. I'm active on both, so I'm very active on Twitter. I mainly post locally on Facebook, but on Twitter I post about all weather. So thank y'all for following along, and y'all have a great day, and stay safe out there if you're in the Panhandle of Texas, because this looks like it's going to be an outbreak.